Hello everyone, it's Miss Davis. I am going to give you a quick tutorial on how to do today's assignment. It's for the assignment done on October 1st and October 2nd for the Intro to Art classes. So we are moving on to more challenging cartoons using gesture. Today we're going to draw Olaf and Tweety. All right, step one is going to be Olaf. So we're going to find his gesture, which is right there. All right, and we're going to duplicate it. Okay, one thing to notice about Olaf is that his body, if you look at how long his body is, it's the same as his head, and actually same thing with Tweety. So we're going to find the middle of this line, and that's going to be, this is all going to be his head. I'm make it a little longer. His head, and this is going to be his body. Okay, so from there we can start breaking it down into ovals. I see a nice little flat angular oval here, and then I see a big oval here, or circle, weird looking circle. Okay, we can make adjustments as we go, so it's flat on the bottom. All right, and then it kind of comes up here. Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, then we're going to draw the next big shape, which would be his head. So we are not talking about his cheeks, right? We're going to add his cheeks. So it's just this right here. So I'm going to take it, it overlaps a little. And this is where I want it to stop, right? Because I want his head to be half the size of his body. So that's going to be his head. We're going to come back to that. It's not going to stay that way. All right, once we have everything, I'm going to leave. No, we'll redraw it later. Okay, we're going to get rid of our gesture. Okay, we don't want confusing stuff going on. Our buttons are off to the side, right? So I want to put a guideline, and then you can go ahead and go in and make buttons. They're coal, so they're a little wobbly. All right, I'm going to kind of fill them in because I like to do stuff like that. You don't have to. All right, that's going to be our body shape. We can add the feet. So there's a little oval here and a little oval off to the side, and then we make our adjustments, right? It's flat on the bottom. It's kind of like a marshmallow. Now I want s'mores. Flat over here, right? Because his foot's a little over off to the side. Cool. That's our little Olaf body. It's pretty simple, right? And when you're done, take your eraser and go kind of clean your edges, and you know, we don't need all the sketchy parts showing. Okay, make this a little more obvious of an edge. Okay, so that's our Olaf body. Now we're going to draw the arms. So we're going to create a guideline. This one overlaps onto the body, and then we're going to draw like a little teardrop on the end, and that's going to help us draw the hand. The teardrop is going to represent the palm. Okay, so you're going to take this guideline and you're going to, it's supposed to be a branch, right? So you're going to make it a little wobbly and run into the hands. Now this one, you could see the end, so you have to round it. It's like a little stick coming out there, and then it runs into those palms, okay? To make the fingers, you're going to add each finger one at a time, and you're going to connect it to this palm. Keep in mind they're little sticks, right? So they're going to be small and strange. That one was crazy. It's okay. All right, then we have to draw his face. This is where it gets crazy. So we have our line of symmetry, right? If you didn't like it where it lined up with your gesture, you can redraw it. The eye line, look at how high up it is. So if we break this head into halves, it'd be kind of where the teeth are, right? So the eyes are way up here. Okay, and with Tweety, they're going to be way lower. So we have our plus sign. I think before we start adding features, we need to find the edge of the cheeks. Okay, so we're going to add 2 very small circles to the outside here, underneath the eye line. And then we're going to use that to connect to the face. Just kind of capture the shape of Olaf's head. Right, we're going right outside of it. And we're going to go right there. I'm going to erase and clean a little bit, get rid of that. Get rid of the sides of the original oval. And there's kind of an open part down here that I want to clean up so we can see it too. See, it's kind of open right here. Okay, now we know where our eyes are going to go, right? Right about here. One there and one there. Okay, our carrot nose, there's a circle. Look at where it's placed. It's to the right of the line of symmetry, and then it overlaps onto the eyeball. All right, and then we can erase a little bit. We're going to make this into a carrot. We're going to go like this and clean the inside. All right, and I'm going fast because you have the ability to pause me, unlike in class. Right, kind of works out. Okay, fill those in. We got some gorgeous brows all the way up here. To my ladies, we can draw some nice brows, right? Okay, there we go. The top of his head has a little flatness to it that we need to capture. And then let's get some sticks, right, for his little hair. Make those sticks kind of natural, right? They're not straight lines. Okay, for his mouth, we're gonna go all the way up into the cheek, all the way up into the cheek. Get his little goofy smile. And we're gonna go in a little bit. Make sure you leave space for his little chin area, right? And notice I'm not going all the way to the edge of his smile, okay? And then his little tooth is just kind of right there. That is Olaf. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. No, looks fine. Okay, ready? Bye, Mr. Olaf. Goodbye, sir. Let's go to Tweety Bird. Okay, Tweety has a gesture. Goes like that. Okay, we're going to start with the body. It has the cartoon bean shape that we've done 500 times, right? Connect where the tummy is. Goes up. Now this is different. Kind of goes like that. Right? We haven't done that yet. This. Okay. Now, just like Olaf, the body and the head are the same height, right? So let's figure out where we want our feet. I'm going to say I want it here. This right here, the head should be the same. So it's way up here, right? So once you have your feet, make sure you leave space for a neck. I think in a second period, I forgot to leave space for the neck. And he looked crazy. Okay. There we go. We have space for the neck, right? And then the feet, the legs have two angles, right? So we're going to do one angle there, one angle there. We know where we want our feet to stop. So we're going to create this oval shape and this oval shape. So we're almost done building the structure of Tweety. Let's draw the arm. We're going to put a shoulder. We're going to draw a guideline, right? Like our little stick figure arm. And then a little oval going up. So you guys, I feel like that is a really good start as a base for Tweety's body. His head's not quite there yet, but we will get to it. So let's go around, erase stuff we don't need, right? Like the original bean shape structure. Probably could have erased that before. Okay, ready? We're gonna draw these feet. So we're gonna go down from here, curve into our oval and big toe. We're going to give a second toe remaining in the structure, and then there's things on his feet. There's these angles we have to incorporate. All right, so it kind of comes down, and then it's going to morph into here. Make sure the distance, sorry, the width between the leg remains constant, right? We don't want this skinny, skinny little toothpick thigh and then this gigantic foot. That makes no sense. This one, just because of where it lands naturally, I'm going to go to the bottom. And then we have, oops, it's more rounded, sorry. Big toe right? You draw the toe in the front first, angle down and up into the body. Okay, then we're gonna draw almost like his little shorts, right? But it's not, it's like part of his feathers. All right, then let's clean everything up. Clean it all up. All right, I might have to redraw the bottom part right there. So we're cleaning it all up, getting rid of all of our base structure. Yeah, you can clean it up a little more. I'm just kind of powering through because this is during my conference and I am running out of time. All right, here we go. Oops, I'm gonna clean that. All right, that looks pretty good. For his tail, oval, right? And then you extend and then you kind of curve back into that oval. Okay, for the arm, so we have our shoulder. We're going to go up over the shoulder. We're going to go down and morph it into this oval that we created. All right, so I went over here. And then for the bottom of the arm, we're going to connect it to the bottom. Then we're going to clean everything. Okay, we don't need the structure anymore. And look, we don't need some of that, right? It doesn't connect. But I wanted to visually connect, which is why I want you to draw the whole thing first. Right? Once you get really good, you could just kind of see where things go and visually connect it that way. All right, guys, fingers. We will have to dive into fingers at another time. So for now, we're going to just draw a bunch of ovals. So if we count how many ovals, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the palm. So we could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then the palm kind of comes down. If it looks crazy, it's okay. We're just practicing. And then for this arm, just kind of runs into the hand, right? So instead of building a structure, we're just going to do that. Okay. Now we need to connect the head. So we're going to have a neck going up into the head. Okay. Clean it all up. All right, now we have to build the structure on Tweety's face. So remember how Olaf's eye line was very high? Tweety's is very low. So it's going to be down here. We have to build the cheeks. Okay, so let's build some cheeks. We're going to wrap around those cheeks that we just built. Wrap around to get the shape. We have a mouth in between, so we're going to do a little oval with a line. And then we could use the inside parts of the circles for the cheeks. We're also going to use the top of the circle for the base of the eye. So then let's kind of clean a little bit. Okay, so you guys can see what I'm doing in this messy drawing. Here we go. Let me redarken some stuff. Okay. Now we're going to draw the eyes. So if you look at where the eyes are, it's like in the middle of the top of the beak to the head, right? It's in the middle, right there. Now we have a base and a top. So we can go ahead and draw as best as we can our ovals, and we want them to be somewhat similar. These are way too far apart. I'm going to fix it. Whew, you guys, it's harder when you start drawing characters that people can recognize. Right? It's like a little different. So I'm going to move that eye way over here. Looks a little bit better. Something like that. Okay, his irises are close together, so we're going to do 2, and they're kind of going towards the center of the face, right? Okay, let me kind of clean this a little bit. So we no longer need any of these guidelines. We've used them all. We don't need them anymore. Okay. I'm going to darken the inside part. Do like a medium tone here just to make sure it looks somewhat okay. This is not my best Tweety drawing, guys. It's okay. All right. Oh, one thing we are missing in the face is this angle right here. So I want to incorporate this angle into his face. Right. The rest of it's pretty rounded, but he just has this harsh angle here. Then we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Eyebrow, eyebrow, hair. 1, 2. Dip down for the third. Not the best drawing I've ever done. It's okay. I think maybe I made the lashes too long because his forehead kind of looks not as big as I want it to be. Let's try some shorter lashes. Okay, that looks a little bit better. But yeah, the eyes should be closer. But it's okay. It's just a practice. So these two little guys are due before we see each other again. And the title of it's in the assignment. It's in your week 7 gesture animals, and it is Simple Gestures Day 2, Tweety and Olaf. Thanks, guys.